Something's brewing in Green Bay, and it's not Lambeau magic. It's something colder, meaner, something that's been hiding behind that smiling Midwest charm for way too long. Because while everyone else was busy looking at the usual suspects as contenders, the Packers were quietly morphing into something dangerous. They're young, they're confident, and now they're done waiting their turn. This isn't the rebuilding Packers anymore. This is the team nobody wants to face. It's almost funny when you think about it. For years, people laughed at the Packers for drafting Jordan Love, said it was a wasted pick, said he'd never live up to Rodgers. But that's the thing about Green Bay. They don't care what you think. They've been here before. And this season, Jordan Love looks like a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's no longer the guy after Rodgers. He's the guy. You can feel it every time he takes the field. The confidence, the calm, the command. He's dissecting defenses like a surgeon. Timing routes, perfect. Pocket movement, effortless. And when the play breaks down, when the chaos hits, he doesn't panic, he creates. There's a swagger to his game now that just wasn't there before. Not arrogance, control. It's the kind of poise you only see from a quarterback who truly believes in their ability. He's not trying to prove people wrong anymore. He's proving himself right. And the rest of the league is starting to realize if Jordan Love plays like this, Green Bay might be unstoppable. What makes this version of the Packers so terrifying isn't just Love. It's the way this offense finally looks complete. Matt LaFleur's system was always about timing and precision. But this year, it's something else entirely. It's efficient destruction. Everything is flowing. Christian Watson is healthy and flying again, finally looking like the deep threat Green Bay envisioned. Romeo Doubs, he's turned into the heartbeat of this receiver group. Physical, fearless, clutch. And if Matthew Golden can get going, this receiver group is going to be a nightmare matchup. Every receiver has a role. Every motion, every shift has purpose. This offense doesn't rely on luck or one superstar carrying the load. It's death by options. And the run game, my God, it's mean. Josh Jacobs looks reborn, and when he's not slicing through linebackers, Emmanuel Wilson is running downhill into your face. They're the perfect 1-2 punch, finesse and force, and they're making defenses miserable. You can see it in the way opponents play them now. They don't know what's coming. Run, play action, quick screen, deep shot. It's all there, and it all works. This offense isn't just executing, it's dictating. They're making good defenses look ordinary. They're making great ones look scared. But here's the part nobody talks about enough. This team likes each other. You can feel it. They got real chemistry, not the fake rah-rah energy that collapses the second things go bad. This group fights for each other. Every touchdown feels personal. Every big play gets the sideline jumping. And that energy wins championships. It starts with Love. He's not a loud guy, but he's respected. When he speaks, they listen. He's leading the right way, through poise, through execution, through trust. You can tell the locker room's bought in. The young receivers aren't afraid to make mistakes because they know their quarterback won't hang them out to dry. And that freedom, that trust, it's everything. It's why this team plays loose, confident, and fearless. They're having fun again, and that might be the scariest part. Lost in all the headlines about Jordan Love's breakout is how incredible Green Bay's offensive line has been. Because if you really want to know why this offense works, start in the trenches. Rasheed Walker and Zach Tom have turned into one of the nastiest young tackle duos in the league. They don't just hold their own, they dominate. They're keeping Love clean and giving him the confidence to stand tall and rip throws across the middle. This O-line isn't just protecting the quarterback, they're setting the tone. Every drive starts with an attitude. They're physical, they're smart, they're mean. And that's a nightmare combination. You can see the ripple effect. The run game thrives because of it. The play action works because of it. The entire offense feeds off the stability this line provides. They're the unsung heroes of this scary new version of Green Bay. Now, let's talk about the man behind the headset. Matt LaFleur has taken every ounce of criticism thrown his way and turned it into a masterclass in offensive adaptation. People used to say he couldn't adjust, that he needed Rodgers to make his scheme work. But this year, he's proving everyone wrong. His play calling has been surgical. The creativity's back. The aggression is back. Every drive feels like a chess match that he's already 3 moves ahead on. He's finally got a roster that fits his vision. Fast, versatile, unselfish. and he's using it perfectly. Am I crazy to say it looks more effective than when A-Rod was there? You can tell he trusts his quarterback completely. The offense moves with rhythm because the coach and QB are in sync. That's rare, and it's deadly. For years, LaFleur's been quietly waiting for his version of the Packers to emerge. Now it's here, and it's dangerous. The scary truth isn't just that the Packers are winning, it's how they're winning. It's not luck, it's not flukes, it's not relying on one superstar. It's a complete, balanced, dangerous football team that's playing for something bigger. They're disciplined, they're composed, they look mature beyond their years, and they've got something that can't be taught: belief. When they walk into a stadium now, they expect to win. Not hope, not wish. Expect. That's the shift that separates up and coming from contender, and that's what makes them so frightening. There's a certain look opposing defenses have when they play Green Bay now. It's not panic, it's a realization. That moment when you realize the team you thought was young and inconsistent is actually better coached, faster, and more confident than you are. Every week a new team learns that lesson. You see it in their body language. By the second quarter, when Love's already thrown for $185. By the third, when Jacobs is chewing clock like it's a formality. This team doesn't flinch. They don't care who you are. They just execute. And that's the scary truth about the Green Bay Packers. They're not the team of the future. They're the team of right now. There's something about this team that just feels different. It's not about stats or flashy quotes or overhyped narratives. It's about energy. You can feel it in the second the Packers take the field. It's controlled chaos, everyone flying around with purpose, everyone knowing exactly where they're supposed to be. They play fast, they play confident, and they play with that dangerous mix of swagger and discipline that every great team needs. And while Jordan Love and the offense might be grabbing the headlines, make no mistake, this defense is the foundation of everything. It's the part nobody's ready to talk about yet, but everyone will soon, because this defense is mean, and it's only getting nastier by the week. For years, the Packers' defense felt like a mystery box. One week they'd look elite, the next they couldn't stop a screen pass. But not anymore. This season they found something that works, and it's terrifying. The biggest difference? They stopped trying to be something they're not. They're not trying to run some flashy, complicated scheme. They're not trying to copy San Francisco or Baltimore or whoever the flavor of the month is. They've gone back to basics: physicality, discipline, and pressure, and it's working. This defense flies to the ball, they hit with bad intentions, and most importantly, they finish plays. For the first time in years, it feels like Green Bay's defense knows exactly who it is. They're not reactive, they're proactive, they're setting the tone. If there's one player who embodies this new defensive mentality, it's Rashawn Gary. Every time he steps on the field, you can feel the energy shift. He's relentless, he's physical, and he plays with a kind of edge that makes offensive tackles dread lining up across from him. Gary isn't just rushing the passer, he's breaking wills. He's collapsing pockets, forcing quarterbacks off their rhythm, and demanding double teams on nearly every snap. And even when he doesn't get the sack, he still wins the play. He's the emotional heartbeat of this defense, and the rest of the unit feeds off his energy. It's rare to see a player take over games without needing the spotlight. Gary does it every week. He's not chasing highlight reels, he's chasing dominance. And right now, he's getting close. But there's another guy on this defense that demands attention as well. Micah Parsons, the player who can single-handedly drag this defense from wildcard losers to divisional winners. Parsons has completely transformed Green Bay's defense. He's not just a pass rusher, he's chaos and shoulder pads. Every snap feels like a countdown to disaster for opposing quarterbacks. His burst off the edge forces offenses to rewire their entire game plan, and his ability to line up anywhere makes him practically unguardable. The Packers didn't just add a star, they unleashed a nightmare. And let's not overlook Quay Walker. He's become the kind of sideline-to-sideline linebacker Green Bay has been searching for. He's not just a tackler, he's a disruptor. He's diagnosing plays faster, he's shooting gaps. He's making those game-swinging plays that completely change momentum. Walker brings attitude. He plays with controlled violence, the kind that lets everyone else around him play freer. And when your middle linebacker is playing with that level of confidence, everything else clicks. The run defense is sharper, the coverage underneath is tighter, and the communication is cleaner than it's been in years. It's not perfect, but it's cohesive, and that's what makes it dangerous. What makes the Packers' success even more impressive is how they've done it. Smart drafting, patient development, and a front office that actually knows what it's doing. Brian Gutekunst deserves credit. He took the heat when things looked rough, when people questioned his plan, when fans begged for instant results. But he stayed patient. He built this roster with intention, and now it's paying off. Look around. The team is young, talented, and deep. They're set up not just for right now, but for the next 5 years. Every position group has layers. If someone goes down, the next man steps in and he's ready. That's the mark of elite team building. This isn't a team built to chase one magical season. This is a team built to sustain, and that's what separates them from almost everyone else in the league. There's something powerful about the way this team wins. They're not chasing headlines or playing hero ball. They're doing it the old-fashioned way: discipline, execution, and balance. You don't see the Packers making the same mistakes that haunt other teams. They don't beat themselves with penalties or blown assignments. They play mature football, the kind that travels, the kind that lasts. It's not flashy, it's not loud, it's effective. That's the scary truth. Because when a young team learns how to win the right way, this early, they're not just good, they're dangerous. Let's circle back to Jordan Love for a second, because he deserves it. We're watching a quarterback evolve in real time. Every game, every throw, you can see him getting sharper. The mistakes that used to pop up in early games, gone. The hesitation that once showed under pressure, gone. He's confident now. He's decisive. He's seeing the field like a veteran, and his chemistry with this receiver group is borderline telepathic. This is no longer a team developing a young QB. This is a quarterback who's taken command of a contender. The Packers found their guy, and the rest of the league is realizing how terrifying that is. Because Love doesn't play scared. He doesn't play desperate. He plays free. And when your quarterback plays free, the whole team does too. Every season, there's one team that sneaks up on the league. The team everyone thought was a year away. The one that figures it out before anyone realizes what's happening. This year, the team is the Green Bay Packers. They're not loud, they're not flashy. They're not trying to prove anything on social media. They're just showing up every week and outplaying people. It's the kind of rise that doesn't make headlines at first. But by the time everyone catches on, it's already too late. The Packers aren't promising anyone, they're proven. And if you're one of those teams that has to see them in December or January, you should probably start getting nervous right now. It's hard not to notice how composed this team looks late in games. When things get tight, they don't fold, they tighten up. Jordan Love leads 2-minute drives like he's been doing it for a decade. The defense comes alive when it matters most. And special teams, once a weakness, has quietly turned into a strength. That's what makes this Packers team special. They found balance, they found belief, they found themselves, and they're just getting started. So, here's the scary truth about the Green Bay Packers. They're not supposed to be this good this fast. They weren't supposed to have it all figured out already, but they do. They built something real, something sustainable, something built to last. The offense is clicking, the defense is mean. The locker room is unified, and their young quarterback looks like he's been waiting for this moment his entire life. Everyone spent the last few years talking about what the Packers lost. Now it's time to start talking about what they've found. Because what they've built in Green Bay isn't just promising, it's dangerous. And that's the scary truth.